comment. Okay, we are going to do the regions of the United States. And so what you're going to do is you're going to be coloring each region a different color. So we're going to start with where we live, which is Texas. And I think I'm going to use, you can use whatever color you want. I'm not that picky. I just want them to be different colors. But I'm going to use red because our climate is warm. And so that's going to be a visual for me that our climate is warm. So for red, we're going to do Texas. We're going to do Oklahoma. We're going to do New Mexico. Okay, so this region, and I'm not the greatest color, but I at least have my region. This region, the Southwest, is going to be, the Southwest is going to be Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. And we're going to put a couple of notes about it. On our next test, there actually will be some questions about regions. So the main things that I want you to remember about the Southwest is it's warm, and what's our main industry? Oil. So our big industry is oil. Houston's a big oil place. So we found that out because this year when we had the flooding in Houston, everyone panicked and thought we wouldn't have enough gas because we get a lot of our oil from Houston. So what you want to put is the word Southwest, and you want to put the words oil and warm. So when you think about the region of the Southwest in the States, it is warm and we have oil. So that's what I want you to think about for that. I'll give you a minute to finish coloring that in. Okay, our next region is big, but there aren't as many people as you would imagine in the middle part because of the Rocky Mountains, and it's kind of rugged. So this is going to be a whole lot of states. This is going to be the Middle West. It's going to be, hold on a second. Actually, I'm wrong. This is going to be the West. It's going to be Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Alaska we'll put with this, California, Hawaii, Oregon, and Washington. So we'll put those all with the West. Because remember, this side of the map is the West. I'm just going to put West on there. So there's a whole lot of states for the West. I'm just going to start at the top. And even include Alaska up here, which is pieced in because we know that it connects with Canada, which is north of us. Idaho and Nebraska, Oregon. So when you think about these states, and you think about states that we're coloring in, like Wyoming and Montana, do you think about big cities? What do you think about in those areas? You think about the Rocky Mountains, you think about wide open places. I think about big farms, like people that might have cattle farms, things like that. In Nevada, you're going to have, in Utah, you have some deserts. California has some big cities on the coast, so it's probably one of the more accessible ones. And then we're going to include Hawaii just because it's there on that side. So when you think about the West, some characteristics that I want you to think about. There is a lot of inaccessible, that means not accessible, you can't get to it land. The Rocky Mountains are harder to live in. If it's a desert, it's harder to live in. And the only reason Las Vegas is able to exist really is the Hoover Dam, which gives them water because they're in the middle literally of a desert. So when you think about the West, you're going to put these words. This is rugged, the word rugged, and it's inaccessible. That means it's not easy to access. So you've got land that is hard to get to. So that means you're going to have some big states and a lot of area, but you don't have a whole lot of people in some of those states. So I think why I'd like to go to some of those states is because, I don't know, it just seems like it would be a neat place to visit. Let me zoom in because I know that's hard to see. So the words are rugged and inaccessible. So you can't get to them. In that part of the United States, you're going to have desert in Utah. You're going to have the Rocky Mountains going up through Colorado and on up into Canada. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to Montana this summer.
You are? Who's in Montana?
No, like we're just like this summer because normally like every other year we go on a cruise or Florida, and then we've been like just on a road trip. So
You just want to go somewhere different.
So we're gonna start out. I remember my mom said, but I think we're gonna start out with Montana. Then we're gonna go to California, and then we're gonna go on from there. We're gonna try
cool.
so we're gonna be like on a big road trip.
Fun.
We're just gonna pick where we want to stay.
Hey, that sounds like a blast. That sounds so cool. Okay, then we have the middle. And since it's the middle, this says rugged, R-U-G-G-E-D, and inaccessible, I-N-A-C-C-E-S-S. So rugged and inaccessible. The middle part, that's going to be called Midwest because it is middle, or the Middle West. That's going to be your Great Lakes states. So you've got the lakes over here, and we won't color those in because they're lakes, or we'll try to do them blue. It's going to be Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So you've got a lot of middle states in here. So I'm going to start right there. Don't color in that right above it because that is one of the Great Lakes. There are 5 Great Lakes. And then I'm going to go around the Great Lakes. There's Maine. This is not Maine. What is this?
Not Maine.
What is it?
Maine's all the way at the top. Yeah. Yeah, Maine's the one that makes like a face.
Is this Michigan?
Are you serious? I think so.
Okay. All right, so you're going to color these in.
Maine does not play like this.
You can use whatever color you want. I used yellow because I haven't used it yet. And you're going to leave the Great Lakes uncolored. I may have to get my week 10 and look and see how they color it. Ah, I see. Okay, so they went ahead. Okay, that's Michigan. My bad. And then Wisconsin is on the side and comes on up this little area right here. Comes on up. Okay, so what's important about that area? I'm not going to write it with yellow because you won't be able to see it. But what's important about that area? Well, first of all, if you think about Indiana, Nebraska, I think about corn and wheat. They call this part of the nation the breadbasket because there's a lot of grains that are grown there. What do you think of Kylan? What is it? Oh, we didn't. We'll have to come back to that at the end. So this is the Midwest. They call this the bread basket because there's a lot of wheat, a lot of corn, a lot of grains grown there. So they call it the bread basket. The other thing you might want to remember about the Midwest is that if you hear about great big blizzard snowstorms, it's probably happening in that area. They're really known for huge snowstorms or blizzards, which Texas summers can be a little tough, but I don't mind the winters because at least I'm not being in a blizzard. I'm not really a good person for the cold. Okay, we have 2 left. I've used green. Not used blue.
Orange.
I'm going to go ahead and do some of my Great Lakes here because they're pretty. These are my Great Lakes. Here we go. Some Great Lakes over in here. Really pretty. All right. Here's some more lakes here. That's okay. Then don't worry about it. All right. So I don't know what color I want to use. Maybe I need to use this peachy color that's not all that great. The northeast. Northeast are like the original colonies. Do you remember the 13 colonies? And there's a lot of business there. So when you think about the Northeast, you can think about like New York, think about the Twin Towers, all the business there. So we're going to start with Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it looks like pink.
You can use whatever color you want. I just picked 5 colors. And then we're going to start with, we have Maine.
Yeah, that's Maine.
We have New Hampshire and Vermont.
I always know because Maine looks like pink. Nobody does.
Okay, we got all the little tiny ones that were hard to label. And we're going to go all the way down to, these would be part of it. That's Delaware's part of it. Okay. All right. So this is the Northeast. The Northeast, what you're going to remember about the Northeast is that we're going to think about large cities and businesses. So right here, when you say Northeast, pen's having issues. So the Northeast, think businesses and think large cities. These are very, very vague generalizations, but they're going to get you the idea of what we're doing. So we already memorized a couple. So in the south, it's warm, we have oil. In the west, we've got the Rocky Mountains and deserts, so it's kind of rugged and inaccessible. In the middle, we got a lot of grain. Wheat, corn is our bread basket. In the northeast, it's our business. And so now we just have the southeast. What have I not used? I'm going to use blue for southeast. In the southeast, that's everything that's left. It is still a pretty good climate, but that's where you might have thought if there were cotton. Remember, there's a lot of controversy about cotton right now, but that's where the cotton plantations were. And we still have cotton farming and some things that happen in Louisiana, Georgia. Lots of farming, but not necessarily the corn, more of the cotton. So all of this. All of that part is going to be the southeast, and we're going to put farming, but mainly tobacco and cotton and even peanuts in that area. Not so much your grains, but the farming. So this will be your southeast, and we're going to put farming. And for farming on the southeast, I think I just messed it up. For farming on the southeast, you're going to think cotton and peanuts and tobacco. Tobacco is probably not quite as big as it used to be because at one point people didn't know that it was not good for your health, and so it wasn't a big deal.
Is it worse than cigarettes?
What's that? Yes, so tobacco is used for other things, but mostly cigarettes or cigars. Some people do chewing tobacco. But now we know that that causes lung disease and lung cancers, and people who do chewing tobacco can cause cancer even in your mouth. So more and more people don't. Unfortunately, I have family members that do, and I just, once you start, don't even start. It's kind of that thing. You kind of get hooked on it, and you don't think you're going to, but it's hard to quit. It's an addictive, the nicotine in there is addictive. Okay, so going back over it, just in case you missed anything. We got our 5 regions of the United States. And a region is a place that shares a location and characteristic. You've got your west, rugged and inaccessible. Your southwest, that's us. We're warm and we have oil as a big industry. We have the middle. The middle's where we get most of our grain, our corn, our wheat. We have the northeast, and we have a lot of large cities there, and we have a lot of businesses there. And we have the southeast, and we still have a lot of farming, but it's more cotton and peanuts. Okay, I'm going to send a couple of people around to get your colors. So Haley, get the blues. Michaela, get the oranges. Roderick, get the reds. Those are yours. Roderick, get any reds that were shared for me. Yellows. That's okay, please get them from people. And then, will you get the greens? And now that you have colored it, We are going to glue it in.